It's finally here. It's been a long time that I've been waiting, about 6 months now. So this is very exciting. This is going to be a very long video, so but I'm going to put some chapters in, so please don't watch the bits that you're not interested in. You've got to skip to the bits that you are interested in, which for most people I think will be the reveal. So you already know what this is because you'll have seen the title. It's a Emerald Guitars x20 fully carbon fibre Dreadnaught guitar. I'm filming on 2 cameras because I'm not sure what the colour representation is going to be like on these. So if I'm looking at different cameras, that's why. So yeah, so this is probably the most expensive thing I've ever bought. And I'm not someone who spends money willy-nilly. So this is quite a significant purchase, and it's a yeah. So see what you can see. So I bought this because so originally I bought it for my 50th birthday. At the end of August, it was my 50th birthday. I should say today's the 23rd of December, 2004. At the end of August, it was my 50th birthday, so I ordered this at the beginning of June 2024, and it normally takes them about 2 months to build these, and I'm going to explain right at the end. I'll explain what happened and why it's now December. Yeah, so it was meant to be a 50th birthday present. I decided not to have like a big birthday party or or go on like a fancy holiday. I decided I wanted this, and that's because essentially the guitar. I learned to play the guitar at the end of lockdown, so about 4 years ago. Well, in fact, exactly 4 years ago. And it's become a massive part of my life. It's been an excuse to sing, which I love doing, which I hadn't done in front of people before, really, since I was a really small kid. And it's kind of given me a part of my life back, and it's part of me now. I love singing. I love playing the guitar. So I thought something significant like this would be good to have as a marker for my 50th birthday. So I'm rambling now, but as I say, every chapters you can skip this bit. So also I'm part of like an open mic circuit, and I don't know if you've ever heard of Andy Guitar. He's a YouTube teacher. I'm on his Discord, and my friends from both of those groups of people, they tend to, when they buy a quality acoustic, they tend to go for like a Taylor or a Martin, and so I considered that for a long time, but I figured that it's not impossible that I might live for another 50 years. So in that time I could quite easily go through two Taylors or 2 Martins, 2 wooden guitars. And last year for my birthday I managed to get an Enya SP1 carbon fibre composite guitar. So not fully carbon fibre, but I've opened this upside down. But a composite material which is mostly carbon fibre. And those guitars, that guitar, and I also bought the Sonic Go, which you can see. I've got a video somewhere. You'll be able to see those as well. And they've both been brilliant guitars. I've dropped both of them. One of them I dragged across a stone floor accidentally. So I'm very clumsy. And if you're going to open mics and places like that, you're going to get knocks and bashes. And so I figured like a really, really expensive wooden guitar probably wouldn't be that good an idea. And I've really got into these carbon fibre guitars. I really like them. So ordinarily they ship with a mug, a free mug. It's a very, very nice handcrafted mug. Oh, in fact, there it is. What I was going to say is they haven't sent me that because I didn't send back the last one, but they have. So that's a nice little compensation. Not that I drink hot drinks, but yeah. So this should just be a mug. We'll just quickly show you. Yeah. So I bought this guitar. I kind of discovered Emerald whilst looking at Enya do a full size acoustic guitar. So I was looking at that originally for my birthday. But while researching that guitar through the videos, I heard mention of this company called Emerald, and so I looked them up, and they make some absolutely fantastic looking guitars. I know it's not really about the looks, but they're stunning, really stunning guitars, and they are meant to be very good as well. I shall explain all that later. So yeah, so there's a mug that you get. These are handcrafted. Yeah, it's a mug. So, like I said, I'm going to explain the saga of why this is my second guitar. Why I've been here before, and this is my second go. I'll explain that right at the very end. It'll all depend on what's in here as to how good a rap I give Emerald. So this is a lovely case. This is a nice hard case. Nice quality handle on that. It's very good. It's got a lock on it, which is great because this is a very expensive guitar. I'm going to have to get like performance insurance for the guitar, which I was looking around. It's probably going to cost me about £5 a month, I think, to get that. But I think that'll be worth it because if I were to lose this or damage it or get stolen, then I wouldn't be able to replace it. This is kind of a once in a lifetime purchase for me, or at least until I'm 60. So I'm going to put this down just a sec, and I'll probably edit this video so you don't have to watch me doing all this. So actually, I'll turn it around. So I don't think you can see it in there. That's okay. So fingers crossed, it's closer to the colour. I know it's not going to be the full colour that I originally asked for, but hopefully it's quite close, or at least closer than the last one. I think maybe while I'm doing this, I'll put up a picture here somewhere of what I originally asked for. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's really nice. So what I'll do, I'll take this out and just quickly show you the case. So I don't want to spoil the surprise just yet. Oh, you can kind of see it there. Just gently put that down. So I'll just quickly show you the case. Nice, standard kind of velvety. Well, I say standard for a high quality case. Velvety bits. A little door here. We've got a USB-C cable, key for the case, Allen key, because they do have truss rods, even though you shouldn't really need them, and an emerald pick. Yeah, emerald pick. Might be pointing the wrong camera. As I say, I'm not decided which camera I'm using it. So there you go. So that's a nice case, like that. So reveal the guitar then. So yeah, that's nice. It's very nice. Okay, so here we go. Well, you can see it now. Now, one of the problems that appears to be apparent with blue guitars is this is meant to be a very light blue guitar, and it's not. It's a very dark blue guitar, and because it's got a very light veneer that they've put the dye over, and that veneer, even the very light ones, is kind of a little bit yellow. They tend to look a bit green, and this does look a little bit green, which isn't what I wanted, but it's a lot better than the last one. Yeah, so what seems to happen on digital cameras is that they compensate for that green, and you get to see it looking a lot more blue. And on all their photographs, and they do a shipping video every week, all their studio lights make them look very, very blue and kind of the colour that I wanted. But this isn't the colour that I wanted, but it'll do. I don't mean to say it'll do. I mean, it's a compromise. It's a good compromise, is what I'm trying to say. And on the back there, this is a vibrant blue carbon fibre. They do. I'll explain all that in a bit. They do various different types of colours, and we've got here is the electronics. This is the HyVibe, and again I'll explain all that in a minute. So there you go. So I might start the video here because we're meant to be going away at Christmas. My immediate family have gone away already, but this has been. I did ask them not to ship it while I was away, but they did anyway. So I'm a day behind, so I've got to go and follow them in a second. So I might do the rest of this video in another location. But yeah, so there you go. There's the guitar. It's very very shiny, very light, and very well made. Hopefully, yeah, lovely. Again, it's not as light as I wanted it, but it'll do. So what I'll do is I'll show at some point in this video. I've probably already shown you what I asked for, what they made me originally. Oh, I'll tell you what I need to do. I need to test to make sure we've got the right. So I've asked for some special fret markers here, and that was one of the reasons why the last one went back, is because they forgot to put them on. So these are meant to be glow in the dark. But if they're not, I shan't be happy because I've waited 6 months for this. So these are called Luminlays, or should be, and you just charge them up with light as you do any kind of glow in the dark thing, and they're meant to last quite a while. And you get them in green and you get them in blue, and yay! There's a green. I did ask for. I don't know if you can see that. I did say that I would have preferred the blue one, but I did say that I don't mind if it's green. So they've gone for green. I think that's what they probably standard they had. Can you see that? You see that glowing? So that's great for like open mics and things, venues that are dark, basically. Because I'm not the best guitarist in the world. I've only been playing for 4 years. Occasionally I do need to look down at the frets, at the markers. Oh yeah, that's really bright actually. Oh, that's brilliant. So I don't expect it to be in tune at this point. So what I'll do, I'll start the video here and we'll start again and I'll talk about the features. In fact I will do that now. So yeah, in fact I'll do it now. So I'll start at the head. The head. So if you can see that, there's a nice shiny emblem there, and they also had the veneer carries on up to the head, which is nice. I don't know if you can see, that's a bit too shiny for camera. Again, I don't know which camera I'm pointing at here. You've obviously got the thing for the truss rod. So the heads come in 2 types. There's this head, and there's also, you can get a slotted head, but that's considerably more expensive. They have to mill a big chunk of carbon fibre, and as you know, I'm sure you know, the carbon fibre is very expensive. The furniture comes in black and silver and gold. You pay more for silver and gold. That's basically the head. The neck comes in. You can have the neck in different dimensions. This one I think is 16-inch fretboard radius, and it's 44.5 millimeters wide and 650 millimeters long. Which is 25.5 inches. Is that right? That can't be right. Well, whatever. You can get them in different scales, different dimensions, and it's all carbon fibre. This whole guitar is one piece of carbon fibre, which makes it very strong, and also means you can sculpt it into very different shapes. You know, any shape you like really, as long as it still resonates and acts like a guitar. So the frets are stainless steel, which is nice. And you can have inlays put in. They've got a few different designs of inlays. I think they've got about 8 designs, something like that. And you can have different colours built into those inlays, and you can even have text on your 12th fret, I think it is, a little bit of text. So unfortunately, it's not enough to have Oceans Unravel on there, whereas I might have gone for that. But you don't have enough characters for that. Yeah, so you can have inlays, but again, that's very expensive. So I cut corners there, and I figured that I'm not going to be teaching. My YouTube videos, I'm not going to be teaching anybody. So they don't. I don't need them because I don't see them, because obviously I'm standing up most of the time, so I'm just looking down. So I didn't think it really mattered. And yeah, like I say, fret markers you can have glow in the dark ones. Although that is a special request, they will do it. But I would advise, unless you really want them, I'd advise not bothering, because that's one of the reasons that I had to send this guitar back, the original guitar back. Yes, that's about everything for the neck. All the strings are D'Addario 12s, and fortunately they're the same strings that I normally use, so that's great. So it's exactly the right stuff for me. I would have asked for those strings if they hadn't been. They would have put any strings on you want, I think. And this whole thing has been through what they call a plec machine, where they get the height exactly right, and in fact more accurately than any human could possibly do. So it should have perfect intonation down the bottom here, but I can't test that at the moment. The bridge, you'll notice it's a pinless bridge. I'm pointing at this camera now. pinless bridge. I absolutely hate pins on acoustic guitars. The amount of times I've snapped them, or they get stuck, or they don't get stuck enough, you know, and you're tuning and they're popping out. Oh, I really hate them. So these have got like little slots underneath. I understand it's a little bit fiddly, but I don't think it's anything that's beyond my abilities. I can feel them. Yeah, I can feel them in there. So that's great for me. You don't have to worry about these things popping out every 5 seconds. You don't have to worry about replacing them or not having enough pins because you break one when you change your guitar strings. Yeah, it's very nice. I like the also this nice shape in here. Obviously, you'll have noticed the carry handle. Obviously, the sound arm. The idea, the design is that it's meant to project both out and up to the listener, so you can hear what you're playing. And I've had a couple of guitars with holes here, and they have been good. Enjoyed that. So the body, you'll have noticed, I don't know if you can tell from there, but you can sort of see the contours of the body. It's been designed to be very ergonomic. So, you know, if you're playing a big thick guitar for a long time, you get like the sharp edges here, and it can irritate your arms. Well, that's nicely beveled, so you don't have to worry about that. It's rounded at the back, and this bit is sloped. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it slopes away from you or towards you, whichever way it is, so that when you put it on your knee, it's sat upright and not tilted backwards. So that's really helps, I think, for beginners especially, because, well, maybe I suppose that's contentious, isn't it? You can't see the fretboard, so you're learning to play the correct way, because when you can stand up, you don't get to see the guitar tilted towards you. So that's very good. So yeah, these guitars you can have these veneers put on, and the veneers are extremely thin pieces of wood. They make no difference to the sound of the guitar, which means that you can have woods that you wouldn't normally be able to build a guitar out of. Now in my case, unfortunately, I had to compromise on that because I had to have a very pale wood. It still didn't really do the job, but you can get some incredible patterns, and you can have them. You don't have to have them coloured. You can have them just wood coloured in their natural state, but with the shiny surface on, and they look incredible. And I'd encourage you to go and have a look at, if you're into guitars at all, even if you're not going to buy one, go and have a look at their 3D builder on emerald.com. Because you can play around with that and you can build some really nice guitars. And they've got all sorts of models. This isn't the only model that they do. So the carbon fibre itself comes in two varieties. It's like a vibrant weave and a normal weave. And I think the difference is that, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on here. I realised as well that I'm concentrating more on my phone camera rather than the GoPro, but perhaps you can see them both from there. So you'll see these alternating lines. There's black, and in this case, this is silver. So this is the vibrant weave, and normally it's black or grey. Black and grey is the darker colour. So if you want these nice vibrant colours, then you go for the vibrant weave, and then they put a dye on top. You can get all sorts of colours. Go and have a look. There's some brilliant coloured guitars. Yeah, it's all very nice. So what else I told you about? Okay, yeah. So the outputs here, we've got all the connections here. I think that's I think that is a headphone jack. That's obviously your output for your PA or your amp. You've got USB for charging, and that button switches on the HyVibe, although you can actually switch it on over here as well. I know this because I had a go on the last one. Yeah, so finally the HyVibe then. So this is an bit of electronics kit, and it allows you to do various effects like chorus and delay, reverb, that kind of stuff. It's also got a tuner in there, which I really like. My very first guitar had a built-in tuner. It's brilliant. Love that, because it's a right pain having to get your phone out in the middle of a open mic to try and tune your guitar, or if you've got one of those horrible clip-on things at the top. So yeah, did I feel a scratch? No, I don't think I did. So yes, it's got a built-in tuner, which is really useful. It's got the effects that my Enya guitar has, so that's good. But additionally, it's got a metronome and also a looper, and that's very interesting to me. Although I might end up getting a separate looper anyway, but we'll see how well that works out. But yeah, it's a nice bit of kit, and this is one of the reasons why it's taken so long to get here, is because there was a period of time that a window that I dropped into because of various other delays, which I'm not too sure what those delays were yet, but that meant that they couldn't get the HyVibes in time. So there's quite a few of us, I think they said 30 customers who couldn't get HyVibes, and that was HyVibes issue, not Emerald's. So that's one of the reasons why it's been so delayed, and why I'm now into December when I ordered in June. So the HyVibe was an interesting thing to justify, because you've obviously got a guitar here which is it's a very expensive guitar. It's virtually indestructible, so it's going to last a very long time. Quickly, one of the things I just realised I haven't told you about was the heelless thing here. It's all one piece, and I've actually seen video of someone standing on one of these to try and break it, and it held up their weight. I wouldn't advise doing that. So what's it saying? Oh yeah, so you've got a guitar which is virtually indestructible. This is going to be probably an heirloom, given what I've paid for it. For my kids, maybe, if they want to play guitar at some point, or my grandkids maybe. It should last a very long time, but anybody who's used any kind of electronics will know that rechargeable batteries don't last forever, and neither do electronics. So I asked them at the time, before I ordered it, I asked how easy it was to replace the HyVibe, and they said it's something that I could actually do myself if I was that way inclined, but that you could replace it. I'm just having a look in here, I've not seen. Yeah, so I think it's just screws on the side here, and you just lift it out. There's obviously some wires connected there, but yeah. And so you could replace the battery with another HyVibe, but obviously also electronics move on, and this in the future this might be smaller, or not the same shape. But I reckon you could 3D print something to adapt to it. So I decided it was worth a go. And at the end of the day, if this does break, you've still got a perfectly functional acoustic guitar. So so it should last forever. Hopefully, if it doesn't get stolen. It reminds me, I need to sort out insurance before I go away. So I think that's everything. I will tell you about what happened when I get to my destination later on today. Lovely guitar. A long time to wait for it, but nice guitar. And it's not the colour that I wanted, if I'm honest. Well, it's certainly not, but it's still nice. So there you go. See you again in a bit. So here we are, a day later. Now at my at my destination. I've been playing the guitar pretty much all night and all this morning. It really does sound really good. Really pleased with the sound of the guitar, and I've also been playing with the looper. That's quite a lot of fun. So I'm just kind of waiting for the colour to grow on me. It looks quite nice in here actually. I don't know how well you can see it. Colour, I don't know if it's too reflective. Probably see my mum's washing on the line there. So what happened? What happened was that so I ordered it in June, and it normally takes 2 months to build them, and sure enough, 2 months later, at the beginning of August, it came well in time for my 50th birthday, which is what it was for. But unfortunately, the colour that I'd given them, this colour reference I'd given them, and that they were confident they could do at the time, the guitar that came was nothing like that. It was much, much darker than this, and much greener. I don't know how green this looks to you now, but it looked a lot greener than this and a lot darker. But the key thing was that the Luminlays that I bought, if you remember, which are the glow-in-the-dark fret markers, they hadn't been fitted. They were just normal fret markers, and you pay quite a lot of money for those. I think they're just under 50 quid to have those instead. So I think because of that, they accepted the return, because normally you can return the guitar if you don't like the colour or the design, but you have to pay, which is understandable. You know, you have to pay a fee, I think, or at the very least you have to pay to send it back. So, which, as I say, is perfectly understandable. But because it wasn't right at all. They took it back, and there was nothing wrong with that guitar. I think it went on sale on their site, because you can actually buy. You don't have to have them designed in the 3D builder. You can actually go and buy them immediately from the website, and that guitar ended up on there. And if that person who bought that guitar is watching, then I don't want you to think that I was saying there's anything wrong with that guitar, because there wasn't. It was a beautiful guitar, just wasn't the colour that I wanted, and it wasn't the spec that I wanted. So anyway, so I contacted them, and a couple of days later they picked it up and sent it back at their cost, and I was very impressed with Emerald at that point, because you know, mistakes happen. It was unfortunate that it was my 50th birthday. I wasn't going to get it for that, but you know, sometimes you're unlucky, and companies are run by human beings, and human beings make mistakes. So it's really a sign of a good company is how they deal with those mistakes, rather than whether they make them or not. And yeah, they dealt with it very, very well. So off it went. They talked about getting an even lighter veneer, which is this one was almost white. The guy I spoke to was still confident, very confident that they could do it. And so I waited, and I waited. So you get, I think you get about 3 automated emails. You get one to say that your guitar's come out of the mould. You get one to say that it's been painted, and you get one to say that it's about to be photographed and go onto the shipping video, because I do a shipping video every Friday, which is worth watching. There's some really nice guitars there, and it's about to ship. So that's the 3 emails you normally get. So I got one to say that it had been moulded. When did I get that? I've got all the dates written down here somewhere. I got that on the 1st of September, I think, or 2nd of September, saying it had been moulded. So ordinarily after that, the last one only took like 3 weeks after that to come, for the next email to come, and it got to 3 weeks, and then it got to 4 weeks, and it got to like quite a while. It was like when was it? It was like 14th of October. I contacted them to say I haven't heard anything, and they said that it was they were having trouble getting the colour right, because I think they realised they probably couldn't do it at that point. And he showed me this colour. It was actually this guitar, but without any of the furniture on. And he said it didn't really. It still looked a bit green. He was honest, but it looked better than the last one. And because I didn't want to wait another, you know, it's already been quite a long time by this point. I didn't want to wait till like got into November and their Black Friday or anything like that, because I could have then just got a cheaper guitar. So I okayed it. I thought, well, it might grow on me. You know? It doesn't sound like they're going to be able to do it. So he did offer to have another go. They were going to dye the wood. They were going to try dyeing the wood, but like I say, I just wanted it. I wanted it at this point. I've been waiting too long. So they said, okay, yeah, we'll get it sorted for you then. And so then I waited again and again, and it got to November. I think it was the 11th of November. I contacted them again to say that I still haven't heard anything. And at that point, they told me that it had gone into quality check, and it should ship the following week. So that was promising. So I thought, well, okay, I'm going to get it next week. That came and went, and they then sort of. I chased them up again, and they said it should be in this week's shipping video, and it wasn't. And so I contacted them again, and they said, yes, it's going to ship this week, and it didn't. And by this point, it was, what my memory was, it was about 26th of November. So getting to the end of November, and when I pretty much complained at that point, and they explained that they were having trouble getting the HyVibes. I was convinced that I'd been lied to, because obviously, if it didn't have HyVibes, then why was it going to quality control? Because surely they don't put it through quality control without the HyVibes. That'd be crazy. So I wasn't convinced. So I wrote again, because after the following week it still didn't come. They gave me the email of the CEO of HyVibe, or the guy, the head honcho of HyVibe, and I contacted them, and he confirmed that they were actually waiting for these HyVibes. And then I think the week after, Alistair, who's the owner of the company, of the Emerald, he sent out a video to about 30 of us saying that, yeah, we're really sorry, we've got problem getting these HyVibes. So I didn't mind that so much, because obviously that was out of their control. But what I minded really was that, oh well, I missed a key bit out of the story. So yeah, these automated emails, I've been asking sort of every week, is it coming? Is it coming? They're saying yes, and it didn't. And then I got this automated email saying it was about to ship. And this was, when was that? That was the 29th of November. But it was addressed to, like, normally it's Dear Steve, and it has the model number, at the serial number at the bottom of the email. This was addressed to Dear Stock, and it had a different serial number. And this did two things. This is made me suspicious that it might be just a made-up email, you know, to keep me quiet. But the other possibility was that it really did fail quality control, and because it's got this new serial number, they'd tried again, and maybe they'd dyed the wood. So this gave me kind of a false hope, I think, which made it more disappointing when I found it was still this one, when I eventually did get the shipping email for this one, which was last week. But I'd already said that I was going to be away, because it was starting to look as if it was going to coincide with me going away, which is obviously typical timing. So I said to them, you know, I'm not going to be away, can you hold on to it? Because I don't want it sitting outside my house for a week while I'm here. And I reminded them again a second time, and it's still got sent, but it didn't make it into the shipping video that week. And I think they shipped it early, so it was kind of good intentioned, I think, well intentioned, but it did mean I had to. I missed an event on Monday yesterday with my family because of that. But yeah, first world problems really. It's, you know, none of this is life threatening or anything like that. So yeah, so it's a bit of a mixed bag really. I do believe that I was unlucky. I do believe in Emerald. I think they're a great company, and the sort of vision that they have is brilliant, and they make some incredible guitars. And from experience and from their reputation, these guitars are really nice sounding guitars, really nice to play, and they're going to last forever. So I don't want to jeopardize their business by complaining about it too much. And I also forgot to say that they did apologise to me, and they did give me a 10% partial refund, which is a significant amount of money. I'm probably going to use that money to buy a Spark Edge, so watch out for that unboxing video. So I have been compensated, and I think a lot of the problems that I've had have been because they've had Black Friday, so they've been very, very busy. They obviously, the HyVibe thing was completely out of their control, but I think because I think they've only got 2 sales guys, so I suspect that they're just understaffed, and they just don't have enough people to cover all the requests. Because one of the things I complained about was the fact that I was having to chase this all the time. You know, I've paid a lot of money for this. It's meant to be a premium experience, but I'm chasing up to find out where it is. You know, I wouldn't have expected that. So would I buy from them again? Yes, I would. I think if I had the money, which I don't, but if I had, and if this lives up to the hype, which I think it's going to, it certainly has done so far, then I definitely would buy them from them again. I've got my eye on a Virtuo from a 60th. Don't tell my wife though. So start saving up for that. So yes, I would. But so the kind of the pros are that they handled the return very well. They very quickly, very apologetic. They They sent out the video from their CEO explaining what the situation with HyVibe, which I don't think many companies would have done. That was really good. And they gave me this partial refund, which was brilliant. But sort of the cons are that I don't think they should have taken my money if they didn't think they could really do with the guitar. Because obviously this still isn't the guitar that I wanted, really. It's a nice guitar. And I'm hoping it's going to grow on me. But it's not what I originally planned. And I don't think they should have taken my money if they couldn't really do it. Or they should have asked the painting guys rather than the sales guys, you know. So there's that. Also, I do feel like I've been lied to. I don't know. You know, I like to think of myself as somebody who can take any news as long as it's true. You know, as long as I know it's true. I really hate being lied to, and I think that's partially probably because of pressure they're under, or well, whatever. I don't know why. So that irritated me. But and also I think I probably have just been incredibly unlucky in this case. I very much doubt that this is something that happens to everybody, because I know they have a lot of returning customers. Yeah, I suspect I've just been unlucky. One of the things I forgot to mention when I was talking about HyVibe yesterday is that you don't have to have a HyVibe. You can have just a plain guitar, and you can have different types of pickups, and you can have like controllers in here and that kind of thing. I forgot to mention that. So yeah, so there you go. That's my experience. I would buy from them again. I think that they are really nice guitars. I mean, it speaks for itself really. But I wouldn't go off menu if it were me again. If I had to buy again, I wouldn't. I mean, these are great, and hopefully they're going to prove to be really useful. But that was one of the reasons why it didn't get to me in time. And these blues under their studio, I think you have to be aware that these very light blues, and maybe they're turquoise guitars as well, which look incredible on their website. Actually, more like the guitar that I'd expect. Excuse me, than these light blue ones. But if I was going to buy a light blue or turquoise guitar, I think I would be very wary of the studio photographs. I think I'd want to see it live, you know, in real life, in natural light. I think other colours would be fine, you know, reds and greens and stuff, or just the plain woods. But yeah, these light blues, I would be very wary. What else to say? I think that's it. So yeah, so thank you for watching. I know it's been a long video. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll grow on me. It's a beautiful guitar to play. It sounds incredible. So I'm very pleased from that angle. And I guess at the end of the day, it's colours doesn't really matter. And yeah, like I say, all these issues have just been really first world problems. They're not the end of the world. You know, it's someone complaining about a premium thing. So yeah, there you go. Very happy with it at the moment anyway, aside from the colour, but it'll grow on me. So thank you for watching, and look out for that Spark unboxing later in the year. Okay, bye bye.